Hello folks and welcome to F1TV Tech Talk Tech Demo with me, Will Buxton, and him, Albert Fabrega. And mate, this just gets better every week, right? I get more and more impressed every week. What are we looking at?
We're trying to, and mainly to understand what's going on sometimes on the cars, because sometimes it's easy to understand, but then there is some tricks that the info is very important to us to understand what's going on a whole race.
In terms of lights?
In terms of lights and signaling of the Formula One cars for the driver who's driving, but also for the drivers that are behind, for the marshalling that could operate, for the mechanics, for everyone to know what's going on and if it's dangerous to work on a car.
Got it.
So let's start for the rear wing.
All right.
Let's go to the rear wing. Since 2019, Formula One athletes on the side plates of the rear wing that are matching whatever is happening on the rear lights. So whatever we see in the rear lights, we will see on the lights that are integrated on the side plates of the rear wing. There is three conditions where these lights are flashing. The first one, the most common one, is when it's raining. So when it's raining, we have a certain code, let's say that is 4 cycles per second, we see that the rear lights are flashing like that. So that indicates that it's a wet session and the car is already fitted with intermediate or rain tires. More situations, for example, when a car is entering the pit lane, so pit limiter on, in pit lane, the code change a little bit. It's less quick, it's 2 cycles per second. Another situation, when the engine is derating. You remember last week we talked about the MGK, that in some moments at the end of the straights is not deploying the whole power, so we need to advise and let know the driver that is behind us that maybe the car will not progress, will not accelerate on the same manner. So it's also flashing on 2 cycles per second like this, at least 1 second. If we just don't deploy the power for half a second, the system will do it 1 second.
Now sometimes when we're watching on TV,
yes,
we don't see the 4 or the 2. It seems to be slightly different. Why is that?
It depending on the frame where the image is recorded, if it matches when the LED is on and off and the frames and something like this. We could see things like that, for example. Like that, it says 2 flashes. No, it's not 2 flashes, but it could be that...
Your brain thinks that it is.
Yes. And there is a last situation where the car is flashing 2 cycles per second, like this, on a safety car or virtual safety car situation. It doesn't flashes for all time that the safety car is on the track, because we have signals, we have flags, we have a lot of information for the driver, but during the first 10 seconds, when the race director said there is a virtual safety car or safety car for 10 seconds, the driver see that on the car they have ahead.
And always red lights?
There is a situation, good point, but I have to say that after the holidays we have no budget anymore, where the color is not red, it's green.
Rookies.
Yes, you spot it on the rookies, to advise that the driver that we have in front is a learner, maybe he's not very useful, or he's not very, let's say, experienced with the car and with the truck. They put it green. It's like the L when we had the driving license. That's for the drivers that to see what's going on in the car they have ahead. But what's going on with the people that is working around the car, marshals, mechanics, everyone that is working in the truck. Here we have, this is a camera, top camera, also 50% scale. It's always on the same scale, and the cars have this let's say bracket with 7 LEDs. That LEDs, the good thing on that LEDs is that you can see all around the car. So it doesn't matter where you are, you could see the lights, because there is lights or LEDs everywhere around. And they can show with color codes different things. The first one, easy. It means then the car is safe, there's no electric isolation problem, and the car is stopped.
So that's green light?
It's green light, like this. The car is in the garage, it's stopped, there is no power on the system, everything is fine, you can work with no problem. Another color that you can see on these top lights, yellow. It means that the car is already with electrical system on, connected, that there is no problem on the isolation electrical system. You can work with no problem, but it's not moving, it's not running, but it's ready to go. Okay, we had another one that is purple, like this. That it means that the car is running and is the pit limiter connected. So when it's running and driving through the pit lane, we will see the purple light on the car. And the last one on the top is the red one. The red one, like this, it means that there is an isolation problem, that something electric on the car is not working properly.
But that one's flashing and the others don't.
Right, good point. Why? Because if you are colorblind, you would have
It's the
a
only
problem.
one that flashes, so
Yes,
you know anyway.
it flashes that, and you have a clear idea that there is an isolation problem and that you cannot touch the car unless you're wearing the special gloves or you call the team and they try to repair what's going on
So
with the
even if you're
electrical system.
colorblind, it's the only one that flashes, so you know for sure don't touch the car without the
Yes,
gloves.
that's it. That's a
Smart,
good point.
smart.
A smart thing. Yes, a smart thing. There is another light system on the car. That is in the cockpit. This is the chassis. You remember we use that to explain the push and pull rods. On top, you have the button that cuts the electricity and put the neutral on the car if you have to push it in case of an accident. And if there is an accident, let me go to that menu. Here it is. If there is an accident, you have two lights. One is repeating whatever is happening on the top light, so we don't want to repeat again because it's taking a lot of time. But there is another one that is blue. There is 6 seconds on, very slow, and off. On, very slow, and off. It means that everything is fine. If there is a bit of accident and the impact is over the 15 Gs that switches on the alarms on the medical system, the light is flashing. So the marshals that are working on the car knows that there could be a problem with the driver and they need to wait for the FIA medical service and wait for their instructions because it's been a big impact.
Both lights are flashing,
Yes.
bad times.
Yes, bad times. Yes, we don't want to see don't try to see this on an accident, but it's obviously a very important light on the car.
These aren't the only lights though on the car. There's also a huge system on the steering wheel itself.
Yes, because this is everything that the people outside the car can see, the drivers, marshals, mechanics, everyone. But the drivers need to have this information as well. And most of these lights, the ones we have seen on the top, are as well on the panel that they have on the steering wheel. But
we'll save that for another
this is
day.
another chapter.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day.
Let me breathe a bit.
Beautiful stuff, mate. Thank you so much, as ever. We will get out of the sunlight before all of your handiwork overheats. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Will.
Fascinating insight, as always, mate. Thank you so much.